You ever notice how the second you load into a Minecraft world, your brain is already somewhere else? You're not really there. You're thinking about the next build, the next farm, or the next thing that you need to finish. Even if you're standing in a world you worked hard on, it's like you don't even stop to look at it. You just move on. And I think that's why so many of our Minecraft worlds start to feel empty way faster than they should. Because the best part of Minecraft was never just finishing something, it was everything in between. Walking back home at sunset, getting distracted on the way to doing something else, changing a build halfway through because a random idea hit you, just existing in the world without trying to squeeze progress out of every single second. But most of us don't play like that anymore. Now it's all about getting to the next step as fast as possible. Get the gear, build the farm, unlock the thing, finish the project, and without even realizing it, you start treating your world like less of a place that you're living in and more of a list that you're trying to clear. And that's the weird part, because Minecraft gives you more freedom than almost any game ever made, but somehow that freedom gets turned into pressure, and the pressure keeps moving forward. Keep progressing, keep making everything efficient. So even when the world is bigger or better and more advanced than ever, it can still feel like there's nothing there. Not because the world is empty, but because you skipped the part that makes it feel alive. And the thing that players skip isn't some secret mechanic, it's the moments that don't seem important. The parts where nothing huge is happening. Because those are the moments that actually give your world a feeling. That short walk between builds, the tiny detour that turns into a whole new idea, standing in your base for just a second and noticing a corner that feels off, then slowly changing it until it feels right. Those moments, they don't look productive, heck, they aren't even productive, but they are what makes the world feel personal. And the problem is that most players have trained themselves to ignore all of that. If a moment isn't moving them towards something, it's starting to feel like wasted time. So instead of wandering, they optimize. And instead of interacting with the world, they'll just skip over it. Instead of letting ideas happen naturally, those players will force everything into a plan. And yeah, that makes you progress faster, but it also makes the world feel flatter. It doesn't have depth, it doesn't have volume. It doesn't feel like you're living in it. Because when every part of your play session starts feeling like you're trying to reach the next outcome, the world will stop feeling like a place and start feeling exactly like a machine. And I don't even think that it's something that you're doing on purpose. It's kind of been trained into how we play. Because the more you play Minecraft, the more the game starts rewarding you for being efficient. And that's what a lot of games have done, especially recently, is just constantly reward you for staying on the game or for doing something. There are little to no games that don't give you a reward for being on the game or logging in that day. The reward of Minecraft should be that you are getting to experience the world itself, and not necessarily that it needs to give you something inside the game to make you feel appreciated. So today in Minecraft, you'll learn better ways to do everything, faster ways to get resources, better farms, and better gear, better routes. And at first, that stuff feels really good. For example, when you finally set up something that just works and now you don't have to think about it anymore, it feels like you just leveled up. But over time, that starts to take over everything. Because now, anytime you don't play that way, it feels wrong. Like if you're walking somewhere instead of flying, it feels slow. Or if you're building something small, it feels like a waste of time. If you're just messing around, it feels like you should be doing something better, something more productive. But that's where we get it wrong. It stops letting you play like that. It stops letting you be yourself. Not because you can't, but because it doesn't feel like it's worth it anymore. And that's the trap, because when the game slowly shifts from what do I feel like doing right now to what's the smartest thing that I could be doing right now, that will start to ruin the game. And once that happens, everything starts getting filtered through efficiency, even the parts of the game that were never supposed to be efficient. And don't get me wrong, there are parts of the game that should be efficient, such as redstone or farms or anything of that sort, but there's also part of the game that you're just supposed to enjoy, such as building or connecting your different worlds together, connecting your different cities together. Those are parts that you should just enjoy and not try and crank out efficiency from. And this is where it starts to catch up to you, because on paper, your world should feel better than ever. You've got more stuff, you've got better gear, bigger builds, and everything more advanced. But somehow, it feels worse. Like you log in, you look around, and there's nothing pulling you in anymore. There's nothing in the world that you really care about. And it's not because there's nothing there, because there is. There's stuff that you built, and there's stuff that you've created, but it's because that you don't have any connection to it. Most of what's in your world, you rush through. You built it to finish it. You set it up so that you wouldn't have to interact with it ever again, and you optimized it so it runs on its own. So now when you look at it, there's nothing left to feel. No memory of getting distracted halfway through, no little changes you made along the way, no moments where you slow down and let something take shape naturally. It's just done. I think there's a time and place for farms and redstone builds and efficiency, but you have to have a balance with everything else in order to continue enjoying the game. Now, if you enjoy all the efficiency and you enjoy, and that's the way that you play it, that's totally different. That's you slowing down and doing the efficient thing as your form of enjoyment. But I feel a lot of players will just do the efficient thing just because it's what they should do, it's what they think they should do. And that's not necessarily the case. And so when everything is built like efficiency matters and it's the most important thing, your world starts to feel more like a system than a place and something that works. But it really doesn't mean anything. And that's why you get that feeling where you log in, walk around for a minute, and then log right back off. Not because you're bored, but because there's nothing there that actually pulls you back in. So I don't think the problem is that Minecraft got boring. I think we just changed the way we play it. Somewhere along the way, it stopped being about just being in the world, and it turned into trying to get through it as fast as possible. And the weird part is, nothing in the game actually tells you to do that. We just started doing it anyway, out of habit. Because other games told us to, because life told us to. We just rush everything, we skip over everything, and then we wonder why it doesn't feel the same anymore. I've been catching myself doing this a lot. Logging in with a plan, finishing the thing, logging off, and then thinking, why did that feel so empty? Why do I not feel happy or fulfilled about what I just did? Not because what I did was bad, but because I didn't really experience any of it. And I don't think the fix is to stop progressing, because you definitely should, that's part of the game, but it's to stop treating every moment like it needs to lead somewhere. Like letting yourself get distracted again, letting some things take longer than it needs to, letting parts of your world stay unfinished for a bit. Not because it's optimal, but because it's usually where the good stuff actually happens. Because the best part of Minecraft was never the thing that you finished, it was everything that happened while you were getting there. And if you skip all of that, of course it's not going to feel the same.